Hi everyone. So recently I've been seeing these memes on budget and how the tax has been done this year in India, and a lot of people are being affected by it. They are not agreeing with the government what they are taxing, right? So that we cannot change, but there are a few things which we can, like, whole life will is a, like a matrix, as people say. There will be rules, regulation, and how society works and everything, but you need to find the loopholes or a thinking which kind of like win-win situation for everybody, right? So I could be very pessimistic and curse about how government is bad and this that, and maybe we should I change the country. That maybe you can do that. So those are the things, external things, right? And there is no control over it. But in this video, we're going to talk about internal things where we have a lot of control. What we can change from our side. Yeah, definitely there is a lot of done what work needed to be done from the external side, but a lot of internally things we can change where we are not getting affected by it, right? So first of all, let's start with investment. Like, uh, you will only get taxed when you have something, right? When you don't have anything, how would you get taxed, right? So like you don't have to create an asset which is taxable. Think about creating an asset which is not taxable, right? So I've seen a lot of people not living best of their life and investing in a lot of things. They are not investing into their self. There is no self investment, then they are investing in a lot of things. So what I mean is that to understand this, what I'm trying to say, let's start with the journey of money. Right? That is the important factor to know. So how money was created is that before, when we were in uncivilized, that time I think the barter system was there. Like I give you a cow, you give me two bag of grains, or you give me milk, I give you a haircut, right? So this kind of barter system was there, and that kind of worked. But there were scenarios where you cannot change. Like not all the time I would need a cow, or not every time I will need grain. So we need a centralized system kind of thing, which everybody agrees and everything. It's kind of money we required, right? Even before that, so that people started making gold and everything, right? Gold coin as their asset. Even before that, even when they agreed about money, people would store their grains in their houses or metallic things or something. But problem with this kind of currency was that whenever somebody has to migrate, there will be thieves who would steal their things. You cannot migrate, or let's say your tribe or your village is being attacked by some bandits, or maybe some attack from Mughal or something, right? Anybody who's attacking you. At that time, you cannot run away with your all wealth in your hand, right? So probably there is a chance of stealing. So the transportation was very hard. So, so people, what they do, is they started storing things in their jewelry or gold or something. Even at some point, those things become heavier. You cannot hide so much of gold. Right? Again, the transportation was different. It could be stolen, and these kind of the problems were there. So all the investment was in kind of form of gold, right, for their future. That was the thing. So people came up, agree upon, okay, now let's make the money, right? We'll store our hard work in form of a money, right? That would be the first investment. So people started money, and money was even very hard. Like when you have a pile of money, you cannot transport it. People will steal that something. Then the banking system and these all things came, right? So people, and then and to furthermore, like just like you should not put your egg in one basket. People will buy lands or some other thing, right? It's always better. Like actually, I've done a project on portfolio optimization in quantum, so there I actually learned that you should never put your eggs in one basket, right? You should always segregate your investment in different thing, right? So in emergency, one thing will fall. So it's like a seesaw, right? If you diversify your investment, what happens is that few things will go up, few things will go down. So what you can do is you can buy the stocks of both the thing or invest in both of the things. One goes up, the other will go down, and you will be always in the safe zone, right? It's not that you will always have a lot of profit, but it's a very stable and safe way of investing, right? So people were investing in lands and a lot of things, bonds, insurances, and these kind of thing, right? And the problem comes. First of all, I've seen a lot of people invested, but they are not really like good in living the best life. I've seen a lot of people investment, but I won't like to be that kind of person in future. Why I'm telling that there is a very big reason. I know a lot of people. Well, let's like if I talk about 2 3 years, Ukraine was a very safe country. You never thought there would be a war on Ukraine from Russia or something like this. It used to be a very stable country or something, and there people will have definitely would everybody advise, hey, you should invest on the asset. There probably people have invested on the asset. I know a lot of people in my friends who would not take care of health and everything and still like accumulate all the wealth to buy properties and everything, and they'll do, and you don't know what thing could happen. Let's say you're in the war time now, that wealth is nowhere. It could be taken. You don't know what is going to happen in future, right? So anybody would take, even if in India, right? I don't know. I live in Uttarakhand, right? And Uttarakhand, I don't know. For God's sake, in future we have war against China or something. Maybe China comes over, or we go to China, right? Although we are NSI, government will say, hey, whatever the insurances or everything you have now, we will tax from 5% to the 10 because the country is in a crisis time. It's a war time, and you will tax more. So you will be taxed. So you are never safe in this country. You are like in any country. You're not free. There is always some kind of regulation on you, and government could change their rules and regulation for the common commonwealth, like common people. They will do it. So whatever you have done, it's not never guaranteed that is going to be yours. There is something, or even if you speak will against the government, let's say you're a very woke person or you have your opinions and this opinion doesn't coincide with the democracy or the ruling party of the country, your properties could be seized anytime, right? So the idea with what I'm saying is we need to invest on those assets which cannot be taken away from you, which is not taxable in any sense, right? So one of the example, like I feel like, so if you invest, first of all, learning and a skill. I know a lot of people will earn money and then run toward investment, and they will not invest on the, first of all, you need to invest in your health. Although you might have a good portfolio or something and your health is shitty, there is no point of having those things. You're gonna die early in your 50s or 40s or whatever, I don't know, right? So whatever the wealth hard work you're doing, there's no point of having those things. So first of all, have investment in your body. Invest, feed yourself right food, take care of health. Make sure, I'm telling you, there is a study where there is a muscular guy who has ton of muscle on him or fat, whatever, like he's has more mass, and then there is another guy uh, who is not really healthy or something, who is average, I'll say, right? And there is a muscular guy, and both let's say stuck on a ocean in a boat or something, chances of survival is who, like his body can definitely, this is a very outlier example, I would say, but it conveys the idea, right? So who is gonna stay like who's gonna be alive for like a month or 2 months? I think the muscular guy, because the muscles, they is kind of act as a fuel and eat itself, and there is a high chance that he will make self and do something like this, right? So, an even good body, good healthy body, kind of helps your brain to think sharply, learn faster or something. So one is you have to invest in your body, good health always necessarily. Once these first like this, once you have money and your health, like whatever you can invest health, like 80 90% if you can do like in a satisfactory manner, then you should only think about investing in the other thing. So first is health. It's you're earning 1 lakh in India. Make sure first investment should towards your health. health of you or your family or whatever your surrounding, whoever the dear ones are. Once that is complete, then you should think about the other thing. So first is health. Second is you have to invest. So health nobody can tax. Even the war comes or whatever comes, you're in what situation? Government cannot come and tax on your health. Hey, you look too muscular or too healthy. Now you have to give 5% to the government. It doesn't happen, right? Nobody can tax it on your good health. So first investment you do on your health. Second is you learn a skill. You have money and then you give somebody to help them to learn a skill, or maybe just to you can buy some time with lot of money. You can actually with lot of money you can literally buy some time to learn a skill, or you can give your money to somebody who can teach you to learn skill or something. Most probably you will buy time. You don't have to work more, right? You need to buy some time, free time, so that you can learn any skill. Same way, a skill cannot be taken away from you. Once you have learned a skill, that cannot be taken away from you. I'm telling you, 90% of people, if you invest on these two things properly, you will not left with any extra money for investment. Like for a land, whatever thing you are earning or something, once you start doing this thing. So nobody can tax on that, right? So these two things, uh, this kind of investment you have to make, which cannot be taxed, right? The other way, which I see, the kind of asset I'm talking about, is one of like just where you can diversify. Now your investment diversify. One is health, one is your skill. Now third, I would say that if you Bitcoin kind of makes sense, right? It's a very it cannot be even it is war, whatever the country, it's a global currency, right? And nobody has control over it, so it's very safe, I would say, for now. So some kind of investment you can do over there. Although I would say this will be, so first was the muscle, second was the skill, third I would say not the third I would not recommend. Fourth I would recommend Bitcoin. Third is very important. Third is you network. You invest in people skill. Like you can, if you have, once you have a lot of capital, first you invest in your health, second in your skill, third you invest in people, your connection, your network, your friends, family, your dear one, loved ones. You need to believe in other people. You do something like you need to bring that barter system, right? Do you remember the barter system which we talked initially? So to bring that barter system back in the equation, you need to invest in your friends. You need to invest in your family. You need to invest in people who you believe that is very good and will be, and you need to help them, right? So people connection. Once you do something for them, that's for their lifetime, right? It's always there. When you do something somebody to good, it is always remembered. It is always there. It's like energy can be not be created nor be, so if you do something for somebody, in some way around it will come back to you. So health, money, invest in people, invest in relationship, invest in other people's, invest in your family, friends, belonging, colleagues, whatever. Investing on people, just believing them, doing something for them instead of you, because look, government cannot come and tax on your friendship. Your friends are like is there in their thick or thin, war, crime, whatever, the people will be staying with you, right? So those are the investment you can do. And then if you're left with something, then I will say put it in a Bitcoin. It's a global currency, kind of safe. So now we have diversify on, and these are the things which are very not much not taxable. Even Bitcoin, people say it is taxable. Don't cash it out over here. When you go Europe or something, do work over there. Right? Do the payment in the Bitcoin. So there is a Bitcoin can be one of the things. So these are the, now we have diversify our thing in four or five. Now once these things, I don't think there would be a person who has so much money, once he has done this thing, he would left with something. Even though if you left with something, then you need to do another stuff, right? Like the what the other people are doing, buying land, properties, having a very high car, or like whatever, like that kind of investment. Even before that, you can like just like this will be more expensive. The third point, people, networking, and everything. Then you can invest in your attention. How, whatever the earning you are, like you're earning from a job, from the job, how you can make take a break. to earn some attention. So you can like be making a videos like this, connecting with a lot of people buying attention. Once people are attentive towards you, you can make money anytime, in times of war, in times of anything. Once you can garner people attention is also, and once you become popular, you cannot go unpopular again, right? There will be always some kind of attention to it, and you can always earn from attention. So, and nobody, government cannot come and tax on your attention, like how popular you are. Like, hey, I'm going to come and percent 5% on the your popularity. That doesn't happen. So the government can only tax on things which are instants, basically which exist. These are exist, and these are the things which exist, but not on a living thing, right? So they could never tax on it, and you will always have benefits, right? So this is one of the this is the thing. Like, I don't know what is going to happen with AI in the future, how the properties will divide. You're thinking that whatever the investment you're doing, think it's yours. You don't know in 20 years. I don't know what is going to happen. The things which are important right now that not might be possible or very important in the next for future. So that's always the case. So think about investing or collecting those things which cannot be taken away from you. So as I reminded you, health, your skills, and the things, people connection, attention, maybe Bitcoin, I would say, kind of makes sense right now. And yeah, and I have seen where people go wrong is that they don't do the first two important investment on their health and the skill, and they will live a fucking miserable life and keep on buying, stacking properties for I don't know which future. They don't know, like, if you're living in a country like Ukraine or something, I don't know which country is safe nowadays. Whatever could happen, I don't know. In 5 years, 10 years, whatever you are doing, I have seen people getting future loans for like 50, 60 years. You don't know whatever fucking loan you're paying future, it will exist or not. So yeah, as you have now might have understood. So and the biggest problem, as I said, people are not doing the first two and then investing. I've seen a lot of boys in their teenage, they will fucking invest they are not living their life which has God given or the family is given the pocket money, and they're putting in stocks just to earn 4 5k or whatever. That is bullshit, right? The investment is like, once you have done top two, health and skill, then you should like think about this common investment strategies people talk about. So yeah, I hope you are, and these are the top 3 4 5 things which I've told you. Those are non taxable. So think in this way. I don't know how well I have put my thoughts in words, but I feel my audience are very smart, so they could understand my half-baked ideas. So I hope you got my point. So see you in the next one.
Who are you? My God! I'm gonna become stronger than anyone around!